he's like, hey, Neil, I will sell you this. Here is this hat. It's valued at $3,000. And then here's this book over here valued at $2,000. Now, if I sold you this all for $200, would that be fair? And he just kept going, but it was more like $10,000. And he's like, would it be fair for $5,000? Would it be fair for $2,000? And then the comments just started coming in and they started ripping him apart because they knew what was coming. So, oh my God, he's going to sell us something. He's going to sell us something. At the very end, he's like, how about I just give it to you all for free? All right. So we're going to talk about the Hormozi Ultimate Offer. So Neil, did you see the book launch that Alex just did recently?
I didn't see it, but enough people told me about it. And I forgot the number of affiliates he had, but it was like supposedly in the thousands and thousands. It was something ridiculous.
I think he said like 23,000 or something like that. I don't know. I could be off, but that's what I saw in the video that he did. So anyway, here's the story. So he just launched, Alex, his first book was $100 million offers. I think it had like 18,000 5-star reviews or something like that on Amazon, which is amazing. And he just released his book, $100 Million Leads. And so what I want to share here is how he played the game here and how it's a newer way, I should say it's a new way actually, of thinking about how you want to build goodwill for the long term, because that's what he did. And so it's a book, right? But what he did was he did like a Tony Robbins style launch where there's a bunch of screens behind him. He had the mic and all that, and he was talking for an hour and he was presenting. And what he was talking about, he was just sharing examples of how this stuff works. And he did follow the Russell Brunson. So Russell Brunson, he has a company called ClickFunnels. He followed how Russell Brunson does the perfect webinar. So there's an entire script for that. Now, basically halfway through, Alex had said, hey, I'm going to give you guys some stuff. And he had gone into the stack, the pitch, basically. So Neil, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where
he's continually saying for X, before he gets in prices, you guys are going to get this. And the next 100 people, I'm going to give you this. And then on top of that, I'm going to give you this other thing that you're going to love. And it's going to help you with X, Y, and Z. He's just stacking. In other words, he's continually giving you more and more before they end up breaking down the price.
Correct. So he's, hey, Neil, I will sell you this. Here is this hat. It's valued at $3,000. And then here's this book over here valued at $2,000. Now, if I sold you this all for $200, would that be fair? And he just kept going, but it was more like $10,000. And he's like, would it be fair for $5,000? Would it be fair for $2,000? And then the comments just started coming in and they started ripping him apart because they knew what was coming. So, oh my God, he's going to sell us something. He's going to sell us something. At the very end, he's like, how about I just give it to you all for free? And it was like 11 courses on how he does everything, right? On top of the book. And he's like, just go buy some books at the end. That's all it was. And the offer was, hey, here's these 11 to 12 courses, whatever it is exactly, and I'm going to give them to you for free. And if you feel like buying a book, go buy a book. And that is a good example of a no-brainer offer. And that's a good example of him building goodwill, because of the, let's say 500, 600,000 people that saw this webinar, you have to bet that at least a percentage of them are going to get to, let's say, $1 million in EBITDA and will become part of his kind of deal box for his holding company.
Yep. And the beautiful part is if they end up by him focusing on, hey, I'm going to give you all this stuff for free. He's building a ton of goodwill. He's building up his brand and he's making money from something else that is much bigger. So he doesn't make money by trying to sell an ebook or a book. He's really making his money by getting more people wanting to partner with him and understand why he's so knowledgeable and can help them grow their business. And then he's getting cuts of businesses and he's making money that way, which is a much better business model than selling books or ebooks. That's why he's giving away so much for free.
They say, I don't know if you heard this, Neil, but actually the most selfish thing that you can do is to be selfless. And it's true, right? If you just want to go really far in life, you just have to be selfless and do things for other people and just be kind. And then it just compounds. And so this works a lot better. I think he said he left maybe $20 million on the table by not collecting revenue from this, but he's going to make a much bigger multiple of that for the long term. And this just tells you that building goodwill takes time. Most people aren't willing to do it, but if you want to build something big for the long term, this is an example of how you might want to play it.
Yep, totally.
All right. So that is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. I highly recommend that you do check out acquisition.com/training for all the courses in there. This stuff is as good as any couple $1,000 courses out there. And then you can watch the webinar on YouTube. I think it's like I Finally Did It or something. That's the title. And you can just go watch his YouTube channel. But I think he's doing great stuff and a lot of people can learn. And that is it for today. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. And by the way, we did publish the 2-hour podcast to this podcast. So you can just listen to it later if you want. And we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars, and we'll see you tomorrow.